we both have very different routines.
Yes, we do. And it has been a very long time since we've been live together.
Yeah.
Feels really weird. It's been a long time since I've been live at all.
Yeah.
And I should. I bought a new piece of fruit and I should go live with it. See if anybody's tried it. It's been a while.
Yes. Well,
all right,
it is.
Let's talk about skin.
Yeah, it is very hot here and we do different things depending on the season. And so, it's hot there too, right?
Yeah. It's cooled down a little bit. It's not 105 anymore. It's in the 90s. So
yeah,
it's cooled down a little bit, but it's still hot either way. You have more humid weather. We have more dry weather. Our skin types are different.
Yeah, my skin's very oily. I get breakouts pretty regularly. Not so much as I used to, but still pretty regular. My skin has never been, perfect, glowing, wonderful, all just beautifully, there. No, it's never been like that.
And mine is opposite. Mine is dry. So I never get any kind of acne breakouts, very rarely, but the wrinkles set in a little bit younger years, just because I have that dry skin. So yeah, we all have unique skin and it's okay. Just learn how to work with yours and the best in the season and the area where you're at, whether you're in the country or even a city with all the pollution. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
It really makes a big difference. And we talk a lot about skincare in terms of what we eat, in terms of supplements, in terms of hydration. So everything that's going into the body is then becoming your skin that reflects on the outside. We talk a lot about that, but today we're focused in on what are we putting on it. And we know that as women, I think the stat is somewhere around 500 different products, chemicals that go on the skin that we use. I know not for you because you don't use a lot of the things that I use, but the average with the hair and the makeup and this, products that we're using just all over our bodies, the perfumes that people use, that's a lot of chemicals. That's a lot of different ways that we can get off as far as hormones go, which is a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I mean, everything is absorbed through our skin, whether it's our hair dyes, it's getting in through our scalp, the shampoos we use, the hairsprays. I don't use that stuff anymore. I don't use any kind of perfumes. I haven't colored my hair in well over a year, and I probably will do some highlights again sometime, but I just don't do it very often. Let it all grow back out naturally, because as you get older, your hair gets finer and more brittle and that kind of stuff too. So trying not to add to it. And I know it kind of stinks because I don't have the highlights and the shiny gold hair or whatever, but it's okay. It's fine. And yeah, and then your products, either your sunscreen or, whatever it is that you're putting on your body, it all gets absorbed in and affects our health.
Yeah, so we want to it's just like reading the food label. We want to look at the labels on the products and be sure that less is more. So whatever you're buying, look to see, do you know what's in there? Do you know what those products are? Can you look them up? I love the EWG website because not only do they have an app that you can use for your phone, you can download that, but you can just search the product on the website to see what kind of rating it gets there. Some of the products that I'm going to show you didn't get the best rating, quite frankly. So it may be an endocrine disruptor down the line, but they're everywhere. So choose wisely.
Yeah, and my products are mostly homemade that I'm using right now. And yeah, so I know the ingredients, I know where they came from, I know what's in it. So that is helpful too. It takes a little bit of time, but yeah, it's really important to look at that website because we think that we're getting something that says organic or all natural, and then it sneaks in the back of the label, but the front says, all the fun stuff that we want to hear.
Yep, exactly. So do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So yeah, the food you eat and water, good hydration is really important. We got to work from the inside out. We can put all kinds of creams and everything on our faces to make us look younger and glowing, and it's not going to work if we're feeding our bodies a bunch of processed food and junk. So that's just a no-brainer. I think everybody knows, but I just wanted to send out that reminder again of drink plenty of water, especially now when it's super hot. So for body wise, I use a sesame oil. This I don't make. I purchase it from Banyan Botanicals, and I will use this as an abhyanga, an Ayurvedic massage. Rub it all over my body and let it sit for about 15 minutes before I shower. And I do this like 3 times a week. So the oils just absorb better than lotions that just sit on top of your skin and really make you drier. So that is one thing I use. And then I use a rose water that is like a toner. And I just use the rose petals from the rose bush out of my garden that I planted. I will also dry some for later on. And so it's just water and rose petals, and I boil it. It smells absolutely amazing. I will spray that on my face in the morning before I get out of the shower. And then I will add a rosehip oil. So, I mean, this works really good for my face. Some people that don't do really well with rose, it might not work as good. Great for pitta people that have a lot of inflammation in their face. Rose is really cooling. The smell is really cooling. So it's good. How I make it real quickly, these are rose hips, and I'm doing it differently than how I did it when I was living in England, because I would pick the rose hips fresh there and I don't have access to them here. So I am just kind of letting it basically brew, ferment, whatever you want to call it, in the jar. I put it in a dark closet. So I have the rose hips in there and then jojoba oil. And then when I bottle it up and put it in one of these little jars, I will add a couple of drops of vitamin E to it as well. It's more like a preservative to make sure that it doesn't, go rancid if it takes too long to use it. And you don't need very much. It's just a very little tiny bit, put it on your face. You can use it on your body too if you want to use more. So that's my routine in the morning and in the evening right now for the summertime. It looks a little bit different in the winter. Winters are drier. Eminent Skincare Products is a product that I've used for many years. I absolutely love the company. I love the products. And so I will add in a couple of their products in the winter time. But for now, summer is here. Gas prices are up, trying to save a little bit of money, having a little bit less products on my face because I just don't need it as much during it. And then for a mask, once a week, I have my homemade ghee, and then I add amalaki powder to it. So it's almost kind of like a scrub mask. Amalaki powder is gooseberries. And so gooseberries are super high in antioxidants. So I add that to it. And then of course, ghee is really good, high in vitamin A and vitamin E. And so it's a good anti-inflammatory as well. So if you do have acne, it seems kind of like counterintuitive to put oils or, ghee and those types of things on your face. But if they have antibacterial properties to them, then that can clean up your face as well. So ghee is really great for any type of skin. And I just do that once a week as well. Just put it on the face, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then just rinse it off with some warm water, and then put a little bit of the rosehip oil on afterwards. Or you can just leave it if your skin is not super dry, then you don't have to add any oil at all that night.
Is it like a scrub, you said?
Yeah, because you add the powder to it. So it's a pretty fine powder, so it's not super gritty. When you're scrubbing it, but I just put it on and let it sit for about 15 minutes so then it can absorb into the skin, and then I'll just rub it. But the softness of the ghee and a little bit, so it's not rough. It's not going to make your face red or inflamed or anything like some scrubs will do. So I think it's very soft, very nourishing. It has a very sweet smell to it. You get it in your lips, you get it in your nose, it's fine. There's no chemicals in it. It's all edible.
Right.
Edible. So there's nothing that's going to, affect you in that sort of way.
Yeah, everything is really natural and stuff that, like you said, it's homemade.
Yeah. And I'm very sensitive to anything that has super strong perfumes and smells to it, even some essential oils. So, and you can do that. You can add your favorite essential oil to it. You can do frankincense, which is really good for the skin as well. If you have a lot of inflammation and you want to do a little bit of rose oil in there to add to it, you can do that. Because this doesn't have the greatest smell to it. It doesn't stink, but it doesn't smell like the rose water that I make that just smells like fresh roses. So if you don't like the natural smell of the oil and the rose hips together, then you can add a little bit of essential oil to it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
It is very simple, easy to travel with. And like I said, I can cook with some of the things that I'm using on my face. But yeah, and it just gives your skin a break from the other products that are store-bought, even the good ones like Eminence that I love so much. It just, it gives it a little bit of break, and just knowing when the right season is to give it a break. And for me right now, it's a good time.
Yeah. Everybody's skin is different. So yeah, just like mine is super oily and I do different things, but I also wear makeup, and a good bit of makeup almost every single day. So of course, during beach vacation, my face was without makeup, but for the most part, every day I am putting something on it. So I have to cleanse really, really well. Yeah. And for a cleanser, I am using Dr. Bronner's tea tree soap, which is kind of interesting. Like I use Dr. Bronner's for everything, literally, to clean my floors, not the tea tree, but a different soap by Dr. Bronner's to clean my floors, to do my laundry, as my hand soap in the bathroom, as my dish soap. I mean, literally everything. I absolutely love this Castile soap. So as a very good cleanser to my oily skin, to take off my makeup, and I do it twice. So I do it once with a towel, scrub off the makeup, and then I do it again just to make sure everything is off, which sounds like double duty, but with mascara, lipstick, and everything else that's on the face, you want to make sure that your face is clean. You never want to go to bed with makeup on your face, ladies. Please don't do that. We want our skin to look plump and glowing and hydrated for as long as possible. So we really do need to take care of cleaning it up every time you have put something on it. So that, and I also love, so this got really good ratings on EWG, the Dr. Bronner's.
Do you think with that one that someone has drier skin that it would strip it a little bit too much? Yeah,
absolutely.
So really better for oily skin. For me, it wouldn't be so great because it would strip my skin too much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even you can even dilute it. I don't even dilute it. And it's so good just the way it is for me. That's why you really have to test some things out. They do have, the baby one for babies that might be great if you tried that one, because it has less, obviously it's not going to be tea tree. They've got lavender, they've got rose. And so I just love it. All the different flavors, Alba is one that I also love. And this is the Acne Deep Pore Wash, but it's got a lot of other ingredients that can be endocrine disrupting. And so that is why it did not get such high ratings on the EWG website. But it makes my skin feel super clean. And there again, because I'm so oily, I'm wanting that super clean feeling. And then I follow it up with their astringent. So sometimes yes, sometimes no, depending on how my skin feels, if I use the astringent or not. But nightly routine starts there. And then of course I'm using your rosehip oil, because you're nice enough to make me rosehip oil. And I do add the frankincense to this because it is very calming and soothing to the face. So this is fantastic. What I'm looking for is vitamin C oil to add to this, so that it can do double duty, because vitamin C, because I get the breakouts, I also get the hyperpigmentation. So the discoloration of the face after the acne has cleared up, my face is still, it looks like it's marked still. So no matter makeup or whatever, it's still there, right? So the vitamin C is really great for that, to clear that up. But I love the oil. Again, I'm oily, right? Why am I putting oil on my skin? But you've got to replace what you've just taken away by, really cleaning it up, getting all that dirt, grime, and makeup off. So I just think it's fantastic as a moisturizer for the skin afterward. When I don't have your rosehip oil, this is the brand that I use, and it's pretty good. I mean, you know, you want cold press 100% organic oil, and that's what's in here. Jojoba is the closest. This isn't jojoba, it's the rosehip, but if you've got jojoba oil, that's the closest oil to the skin that matches up. So you could even use jojoba oil if you don't have the rosehip close by. So yeah, that's a really good routine for me. When I want a scrub, I'm using this. This is so, I love the way this smells. It's Acure. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's a brightening facial scrub. Yeah, it's got sea kelp and green clay, and it says it's good for all types of skin, but it's 100% vegan. I don't know what that means. Paraben free, sulfate. I mean, 100% vegan in a skincare product. There's no animal products in here.
Yeah.
It's petroleum free, mineral oil free, and I love all that. Of course, cruelty free. So it appears to be a good product for me. And then I will use the rose water as well from this company. They have a lot of different scents just besides rose water, but I love to use this at the end of all of that, even after
Is
the
it
oil.
just rose water in there? Can you see the ingredients?
Let me put my old lady glasses on.
I have those too.
Jess, I knew you were going to ask me. Yeah, it says water and glycol and aloe and rose. It's got a lot of just extracts in it.
Okay.
Other extracts. So it doesn't, nothing is really sticking out. It does have fragrance, which I'm not real fond of. And I think it has a color in here that I'm not real fond of, because you can see it's pink. I don't know if your rose water is pink.
So interesting. My roses are pink. However, my rose water comes out yellow. So
yeah, that is
interesting. And it's just, like I said, water, because my daughter, she says that rose water makes her face clog up. And so I had given her some, and we're waiting to see how this one does. But I do keep my rose water in the refrigerator as well. And I just bring it out and use it in the morning time. It seems like the smell stays better, the quality of it, because I don't have anything in the rose water to preserve it. Just to keep it as natural as possible. So I do keep it refrigerated.
Yeah. And on my body, I'm using my homemade body butter that I absolutely love. Again, ingredients that you can probably eat, all of it, except for maybe the beeswax. You wouldn't want to eat that, but it's really natural, and I use it all over after showering, basically, so that I am, again, lubed up, right? We're trying to stay as hydrated as possible. We're shriveling as we age.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, I mentioned sesame oil for Vata body types. If you're following me with Ayurvedic stuff, we have the drier skin. Don't go buy the toasted sesame oil from the grocery store. It smells awful, and that smell will just like reek on you, even if you took a shower afterwards. I think it's too strong. Like, I love sesame oil. I love to cook with it. We're going to have some Asian food tonight that I'm cooking, some pad thai. It's great, but rubbing it all over your body and your face, I don't recommend. Yeah, and if you're pitta body type like you, that has a lot of inflammation or heat or the acne and stuff, coconut oil is really great and cooling. Some people, their bodies, even if they're more pitta, they don't like the coconut oil. They still feel like it's a little clogging for them. So just try it out and see.
Right.
And if you like it, it's great. And if you don't, I use coconut oil because I don't wear any makeup. I used to wear some just light foundation, Bare Minerals foundation. I don't like liquid foundation because it just feels like it sits in the wrinkles and makes it even worse. And I feel like I can't breathe. But I've noticed after it's about 2 months now, I haven't been wearing any even powder foundation. I feel, even though it's a good brand that is not super toxic, I still feel like my skin feels better not having any foundation on. So
yeah, that's a whole nother animal with the makeup. So
Yeah.
Not going to go down that rabbit hole, but there's so many products out there, guys. We just wanted to give you a rundown of what we do, what we use on the daily. And of course, like we said before, things change with the seasons, and there are some great products out there like Eminence, like Rhonda Allison, that are more on the expensive side or the pricier side. And what I've shown you, you can probably get at your local grocery store or on Amazon for fairly inexpensive. So if you have any questions about any of that, please let us know.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you wanted to throw in there?
We'll do a real quick, as for supplements, because we know, eat your berries all summer long. They're in season. It's a perfect time to eat berries, raspberries, wild blueberries, if you can find them fresh. I have not found them fresh, but regular blueberries is fine. Any kind of berries is really fantastic for the skin. Jackfruit, that's one of my favorites. If you can find it in your area and you want to put in the work. But also adding, this is not replacing what you should eat, but adding to it. It's okay to double up because our food is depleted. These are our two favorite products for the skin. Super high in antioxidants. Antioxidants, great with reducing the free radicals. You take an apple, you cut it in half, it oxidizes, it turns brown. That's what's happening to our skin. So we need these antioxidants into our body more than we need the products that we're putting on our body. And so the berries is filled with antioxidants. And then do you want to chat a little bit about the omegas?
Yeah, the omegas are fantastic for the skin as well, for just that healthy fat that we absolutely need in the body. We know that what we are ingesting is going to turn into these cells, right? The body uses it for repair and replacing. And when we don't have enough, I don't know about you, but I don't eat enough fish.
I don't eat any fish.
Right. Right. So, and I don't eat enough of it to make up for what we need in that omega category, but our omegas are a blend of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So you're not only getting the omega-3 that's so good, you're getting the algae, that's what the fish eat to get the omega-3. And that's where ours comes from, is that algae. So fantastic for our skin health and brain health and joints and all of it.
And they have the research to back it up, that it improves the skin elasticity. How do you say that word? Yeah, what we're talking about. It's going to make our skin firmer.
Elasticity, the elasticity.
Yes, that's the word. But it's going to make our skin firmer. It's going to, and it's got the research to back it up. If you guys want to see that research, we can post that in here and show that to you. And, for less than $2 a day, or around $2 a day for both of them, like you can't.
No, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Total
Add that
no-brainer.
berries, drink some water, get a little bit of rosehip oil and some ghee, and life is good, right? Our skin is great.
That's all you need.
Yep.
That's all you need in your world. So
yep.
Awesome. If anybody has questions, please reach out, let us know. And yeah, we'll be back with another live, who knows when, talking about who knows what. It'll be something interesting.
Yep. Maybe next week, maybe next year.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Have a good weekend.